like this man right here. How about Coach Signetti from Indiana? Let me tell you, Howard, I couldn't have been more wrong about this game because it's Oregon at home. Indiana has played tough, but I just want to give the flowers to Mendoza, the quarterback for Indiana, outplaying Moore, the quarterback for Oregon. I was just so impressed with that 30-20 victory. What did you like most about Indiana's like resolve to be able not just win but just look strong on the road in that spot?
Good. The fact that they dominated the trenches on both sides of the ball. And,
Mm-hmm.
leading into this game, this is an Oregon team who had addressed a lot of those issues about, how the offensive line or defensive lines were playing. They look like a team, and still are. Let's be clear. This Oregon team isn't going anywhere. Dante Moore isn't going to have another one of these games where, he just starts throwing interceptions. He was
Right.
pressed, and he needed to make plays, trying to make plays. But Indiana, at the line of scrimmage, has just been dominant, and they do it against everybody. Now all of a sudden that beat down that they gave Illinois doesn't look all that bad. Well, maybe Indiana is this team that people were wondering. This is a good team, a really good team, an elite team, a playoff team. That they're not going anywhere right now, and I don't expect them to slow down anytime soon. You mentioned Mendoza. He throws that pick, and it was had he had a little bit more time, I think he would have been able to get some more air under the ball. But
Mm-hmm.
only as Coach Sid could do, goes up to him, "Hey, you having fun yet?" It's a fun time you're having right now after that pick. But that's just how this is how this team operates, man. And I'm gonna tell you, it's unbelievable. But you bring up Sig and you talk about Penn State. I would say this. I know that if you're Penn State, you have to make the call. But I
Sure.
find it hard to believe that Sig would leave Indiana for Penn State. And it's a couple of reasons why. Uh, Indiana gave him something nobody would give him, an opportunity at the big stage, and he's turned the program around, turned it, it made it a power in a matter of a year and a half. He's making a boatload of money, more money than he even imagined that he'd have an opportunity to make at this age and this stage in his career. So I believe there's a lot of loyalty that he has for Indiana. And also, he's like, well, I can win a national championship and compete for a nice national title right here in Bloomington. I don't need to go somewhere else. Where in previous years, if you wanted to compete for a national championship, staying at Indiana, staying at Illinois, staying in some of those places would not give you that chance. You would have to go to a blue blood to get that done. So I know that Penn State's going to be swinging for the fences, whether it's Sig, whether it's Lane Kiffin, all of these names that are being thrown out there. But we'll have to see. It's going to take a special person and a special leader to be able to take over this Penn State team because the expectations might be a little bit higher in that fan base than they probably should be.
There's something to be said about trying to be happier than happy. If you're Signetti, I think he's 63, somewhere in there. I know he's in the
Yeah.
60s.
Hmm.
And you're just like, you know what? I'm good. Like you said, I could just be in Indiana and do something that many have not been able to do here and not have the
Hmm.
pressures of the Penn State media, the Pennsylvania media coming down on me if I underachieve. Indiana will give him grace. He ain't going anywhere. And
Yeah.
and also that personality is so good for the college football game. It's so
Oh yeah.
peculiar the way he comes across, but you
Yeah.
just know that he's getting through to his players in that program. I think it's a positive for college football to have something like that in Indiana.
Yeah. Hoodie, I would have told you after the first interview, I would say we're gonna have some problems with Sig, just the way he operates, the way he comes off,
Mhm.
and then having an opportunity to get to know him a little bit better over this last year and a half. I mean, this guy is as down to earth as can be. He's just one of the fellas, but he's quite direct. He's gonna tell you how he feels, and it's one of those things where like Charles Barkley can say whatever Charles Barkley wants, and you can say, "Well, that's just Charles. That's just how he is." That's Coach Sig. He's going to tell you. You are going to know exactly what he means. It's not going to be him talking trash. It's not going to be any
Mhm.
of that. That's just who he is. And that part of the game is what's been really so refreshing to watch. And Indiana's opened up the checkbook. It's just not for him. I mean, their defensive coordinator is making $2 million. So it's just not, they're not doing football on a shoestring budget over there in Bloomington right now. So you can just imagine that they may have to go back into the coffers. But they're excited to do it because I mean we see pictures and videos of that fan base right now, and they're having the time of their life. So you've got a guy like that in place, you're going to want to keep him. And I think, like some programs, they have caught him at the right age where he's not chasing, he doesn't have to go chase something else. And this is a guy who's still sitting in the same Chase Lounge or whatever it is, the same chair that he's had forever. So he's not a guy that really wants a lot of change.